Hi, it's Josh again. Actually, I'm making a video, kinda sooner than I thought I would. Mainly because it's warranted. Uh, as you can see from the title, this is my review of, Death Stranding. Now, I've been a fan of Kojima for more than 10 years now. 11 years, maybe. And I have played all the Metal Gears except I didn't finish Peace Walker. That one was a little bit hard and a little bit. That's all I can say. It was too hard. I couldn't beat it. So there we go. But everything else turned out perfectly fine, and I loved every bit of everything. And except for number two. Number two was just okay to me. So yeah, but people were divisive about Phantom Pain. But aside from that, Kojima's done with that. Wish he wasn't. Konami's a bitch. They need to die. I'm glad they're dying. Pachinko, go for it. But we're talking about this. 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 Now, Death Stranding, when I first saw the just the trailer years and years ago, I was like, this is the most interesting thing I have ever seen from a video game ever. Like, I just see fat ass Guillermo del Toro walk around, and then you see Mads Mikkelsen from Casino Royale. He's from a bunch of different movies. I want to see how Valhalla Rising. He is a superb actor. And then Norman Reedus comes up, I guess, from all the Silent Hill drama. He's like, fuck you, Konami, I'm taking your people, I'm taking your actors, I'm making my own shit. Now, here we go to Death Stranding. It was shrouded in mystery. No one knew it was up until I knew once the reviews came up, but I didn't go watch them or anything. My friend told me one thing. It's pretty much your FedEx. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic world, and somehow it's called, the apocalypse was called the Death Stranding, and these things called BTs, which stood for beach things. It's pretty much the undead trying to come back to the living world. And the Death Stranding was a combining of the living world and the dead world and an apocalypse, and it's just a mishmash of Kojima himself. And it's I can't really get into like all the plot specifics, but I could. But that would take me at least an hour to get into everything, and I've only played it once, and it's like Kojima, it's convoluted as hell. So, yeah. But you're a guy named Sam Porter Bridges. You're pretty much a FedEx driver, and it's pretty much FedEx going to Kinko's, and that's your job. And you're there to connect America, and it's called the Chiral Network, and yeah. But yeah, there's things called BTs. It's pretty much that's the little Metal Gear part of it. You gotta sneak around them, sneak around the undead, and you have to carry cargo. You're pretty much carrying cargo from place to place. And if you get caught by a BT, you lose all your cargo. You go floating off, and it's just this. You think I gotta fight a big, huge BT monster, undead monster. It's just a nightmare. And climbing a mountains is a nightmare. It's pretty much a point A to point B. Some people will find satisfaction in going from point A to point B. I didn't really find it that rewarding. I mean, now from Metal Gear, you play as a snake. You got your guns, you're slithering, it's interesting. This game, you're a snail. So, I feel like that he's trying to do something different, but it's coming off as repetitive. And that's what I didn't like about Phantom Pain. It's each tiny little increment missions that just went on and on and on and on, and then cutscene. But it's a small cutscene, and that's what we get here. Small little cutscenes. And that's what I didn't like. I like how the previous games had a lot of cutscenes, and I think 3 had the balance of mostly cutscenes and gameplay. 3 isn't my favorite, but it had a good balance. Going back to Metal Gear again. But yeah, but there's these things called mules. They're like terrorists, and they try to steal your cargo, and that's a nightmare too. This game is full of inconveniences and nightmares. I don't know, people will find it satisfactory, but I didn't find it that satisfactory. What I did find it amazing, what I did find amazing is what he does his best, and that is his gameplay. I mean, his story, to opposite, his story. He does phenomenal storytelling. It's it's sometimes a little meta, sometimes it doesn't make any sense, sometimes it's just plain out weird, but I totally love it. And every bit of the story is amazing. I want to play it again. It is just something that you like need to play, regardless of like how you feel about the gameplay. I mean, actually not regardless, because people are just spending the whole time with the game. It's a game, but if it's a movie, if this was a movie, per movie, like he said, he wants to make movies, but he makes games also. But I think this was something that he should. I mean, he's trying to incorporate some action in it with the terrorists and the BTs, because eventually, the beginning of the game is haunting, because you cannot fight off these BTs for shit, and it is just like, in this guy in the beginning. I'm not. I like. Okay, I'll spoil this. There's this guy at the beginning. You get, if you can't burn somebody's body within a certain amount of time, it it creates an explosion, and they get caught up in a time fall. Now, a time fall is rain, but the raindrops land on your skin, and it makes you turn old. I'm sorry, but this is just far out there. I can go, like I said, I can go in hours for it. But like, yeah, there's it goes into this, and this guy is just trying to kill himself because he doesn't want to like end up in limbo. And limbo in this game is called the beach. Everyone has their own limbo. Everyone has their own beach, and some people are just trying to just like go on. Some people are just trying to make the last Stranding, the final apocalypse, and things in this game don't go the way you think they do. Like, I hate to use this term because of The Last Jedi, but it is a subverting narrative. And I do really enjoy this subverting narrative because it is just fantastic. I want to play this game again because like I have Kingdom Hearts 3 just waiting right there, and I don't even want to play it because this needs to be played again because it's just so fantastic. Now, what would I give to an average player? No, I wouldn't. Like, if you're into Call of Duty, and if you're into Fortnite, and you're into like all that kind of mainstream bullshit, I don't think this is for you because you're gonna get bored and you're not gonna understand the story. Even I sometimes don't understand the story, and I played Guns of the Patriots. So I think if you really like want to invest like a good amount of time of your life into something, do it. But if you're just a willy-nilly player, don't do it. I would give this game. I would give this game. It's a hard choice because I'm such a fan of Kojima. I'm such a fan. He's my favorite video game director, video game maker of all time. Like, he is like the bee's knees. So I have a hard time just saying bad things about him because he's like God pretty much. So like I will say in conclusion, almost like the story is A plus. The gameplay, I give it a C. and I can't give the full game like a full score because it's almost like I have two conflicting sides inside me just going straight at it. And I think that you will be satisfied if you like Kojima. I was satisfied, and there we go. I think I might have a new review coming up like very soon. I think it might either be Kingdom Hearts: The Rise of Skywalker, even though everyone's talked the shit out of The Rise of Skywalker, but I need to express mine because yeah, we'll see then. But thanks for like tuning in, watching my videos, and have a good time. Subscribe. Thanks.